what were some of the things you found to be super critical for you?
You want to hear something kind of funny? I don't know, maybe it's funny, but so I got sober, but I still smoked. Okay?
Right.
And
Me
then
too.
when Avery got pregnant with Isaac, she quit smoking right off the rip. Like she just quit smoking. And then like I wanted to quit smoking and I was really struggling with it. And so like I tried the gum. Okay. I tried Chantix, which was a medication. I tried promising myself. I tried all these different ways to quit smoking, right? And then
Oh, you switched from wine to brandy.
yeah, I tried. And finally, like this one action led me down this entire rabbit hole of self-development. I looked up on YouTube hypnosis to quit smoking, and I tried to do, and maybe it worked. I don't know. Like I YouTubed it. Quit smoking hypnosis. And I listened to it. But when I did that, the algorithm on my YouTube started pulling up other self-development stuff that I had never been down this concept ever. Right. And there was a guy on there and he was like the father of self-development from like way back in the 40s and 50s. And his name was Earl Nightingale. And he has, like he used to do self-development records. Like, so it was before 8-track, before audio cassette, maybe he was on the radio or TV. I don't know, but I know he had records and he had this one called The Strangest Secret in the World. And you can look it up on YouTube and that's what it's called. But it was the first time that I had ever really wrapped my head around the concept of I become what I think about.
Sure.
And I could go back and I could see that my entire life was wrapped around this negative self-thought and that I was manifesting negativity in my life based on the way that I thought. And so everything was a disaster. And it was the first time that I could really understand that I could change my thinking from negative to positive on a moment-to-moment basis, right? This moment-to-moment basis. And so as it goes, one thing led to another, right? And so because I listened to that, and what I did was I listened to that every day for 30 days as it was suggested. And I did what was suggested on that. I started to learn that I could write out my goals, and that would imprint like a decision on my mind, on my psyche, that I could go back and I could like see that this is something that I want to do every day. And the need for self-love was so huge inside of me, like it had been missing for so many years of my life. And I had been just alcoholically consuming everything in my path to try to find that self-love, try to find these moments of security and these like moments of serenity and peace through substance and relationships and food and all these things, that being able to stop and like look at it through a different lens, that this isn't necessarily a physical problem, it's a mental problem, it's the way that I think, it's the way that I see myself and the world around me, was huge for me.
Yeah.
And it was a life-changing understanding, to understand that okay, I do kind of have some control over the way that I think and behave, and I can learn to control and direct that stuff the way that other people have said I could if I put this stuff into action. And so, YouTube was a huge tool for me, and it still is.
Yeah.